name is Sienna Nelson. I'm a first-year political science major, and I'm from New Jersey.
My name is Diamond Broughton. I'm a freshman strategic communications major, leadership studies minor from Hampton, Virginia.
Hi guys, my name is Christina and I'm a first year journalism major from Brooklyn, New York, moving from South Jersey.
Hello, I'm Renisha Jones and I'm a first year psychology major from Lynchburg, Virginia.
And my name is Lumaya Sam. I'm a first year political science major on a pre-law track from Long Island, New York. Rhabdomyolysis is the disease that breaks down the muscle tissue that releases a damaging protein into the blood. This is an extremely rare disease. It has less than 200,000 U.S. cases per year. This disease requires a medical diagnosis and can be treated by a medical professional. This is a short-term disease that resolves in weeks, if not days. Symptoms include dark reddish urine, a decreased amount of urine, weakness, and muscle aches. People may also experience inability to exercise, fatigue, water electrolyte imbalance, cramping, muscle weakness, delayed onset muscle soreness, exhaustion, and or kidney damage. Early treatment with aggressive fluid replacement reduces the risk of kidney damage. Anyone between the ages of 14 and older can get this disease. Rhabdomyolysis has many causes, like venom from certain snake bites, lack of blood perfusion to the limb, certain medications, physical torture, child abuse, prolonged drowning, drug and alcohol intoxication, prolonged coma, severe burns, and plenty more. The list literally goes on. If someone thinks they have this condition, they should notify their doctor promptly. It is important to realize that these symptoms are not specific for rhabdomyolysis, as they may be also caused by other conditions.
What is rhabdomyolysis? Rhabdomyolysis is a life-threatening syndrome due to muscle injury, which can lead to kidney failure. Are you wondering how all of a sudden you're diagnosed with this uncommon syndrome? Well, if so, maybe you were using illegal drugs such as heroin or crack cocaine, or maybe you were just in a car accident which damaged your muscle tissues, or maybe you're just an athlete that strained your muscle tissues. But those are not the only causes of rhabdomyolysis. There are many others. Some of you are probably wondering, can this disease be treated? If detected early enough, doctors can reverse kidney damage by giving you IV fluids to help maintain your urine production.
The first thought of linking any aspect of biology to art sounds a bit complicated. Stereotypically, biology, science, is viewed to be very subjective, and art is viewed to be very objective. I didn't know where to start, so I decided just to get a better idea of rhabdomyolysis itself. I read into the causes and effects of the syndrome, and then the gears finally started to turn. Everything has a cause and effect. The causes of rhabdomyolysis lead to a negative effect. Rhabdomyolysis is a serious syndrome that occurs when dead muscle fibers are released into the bloodstream. It can lead to kidney failure and even death. But when those same causes are applied to artists, they can lead to a positive effect. They can lead to life. One of the many causes of rhabdomyolysis is the use of alcohol and or illegal drugs. Dating way back into ancient times, creativity and drugs have went hand in hand. Alcohol has been used by artists to keep them spontaneous or to stimulate their innovation and originality. Drugs like LSD have been used to improve artistic technique and enhance creativity. Also, marijuana is used by artists to heighten their sense of meaning and their sense of perception. Brian Louis Saunders is a very interesting artist who purposely indulged in drugs, legal and illegal, plus alcohol, to create specific art pieces. He created 30 self-portraits, each one while under the influence of a different drug. The same drugs that cause rhabdomyolysis define his pieces of artwork.
How does rhabdomyolysis relate to pop culture? Well, are you an athlete? Do sports count for a significant part of your everyday life? If so, then you should familiarize yourself with this condition. Rhabdomyolysis amongst the athletic and sports world is a growing danger. Being an athlete myself up until college, my body has experienced much stress and injuries. Most people and athletes are aware of common injuries such as concussions, torn ACLs, rotator cuff trauma, stress fractures, and the list can go on. But rhabdomyolysis is also a common sports injury. It is a condition of muscle breakdown caused by trauma, excess exercise, and other activities that put immense pressure on the body. But don't think that rhabdomyolysis is just restricted to athletes. A serious car accident, for example, can also produce this condition. Ultimately, it is found in athletes, it can be short-lived if treated, and it is curable. If not treated, it can cause kidney failure. Don't think it can happen to you? Back in 2011, 13 football players were hospitalized at the University of Iowa. Recently, an NFL player by the name of Albert Hainsworth, who was a defensive lineman for the Washington Redskins, suffers from rhabdomyolysis. He experienced the symptoms after a Saturday night preseason game, which would be dizziness, vomiting, and muscle swelling. Another key symptom of rhabdomyolysis is the darkening of your urine. This is caused by the protein myoglobin. This goes to show that anyone can develop rhabdomyolysis even though it is rarely heard of or talked about. The best advice I would give is to stay hydrated, and if possible, the pressures you put on your body needed to be modified.
One of my first questions when researching rhabdomyolysis was, when was it discovered? So before the official discovery of rhabdomyolysis, otherwise known as Crush syndrome, historians and physicians believe it was first mentioned in the Bible in the book of Numbers chapter 11. It says, "And they gathered the quails, and while the flesh was yet between their teeth, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people. And the Lord smote the people with a great plague." Numbers 11, verses 32 to 33. When quail migrate, they consume hemlock with impunity, basically meaning they eat the poisonous parts of the plant too. But because the poison impregnates the bird's body and flesh, they're poisonous to consumers of quail. That is why there was a plague of sickness, because hemlock is one of the causes of rhabdomyolysis. Other causes include the use of illicit drugs such as cocaine, heroin, alcohol, and LSD, high voltage electric shock, trauma, compression, and others. The first cases of rhabdomyolysis were discovered after the 1908 Messina earthquake and during the London Blitz, which was a strategic bombing by the Nazis on the United Kingdom from September 1940 to May 1941. Eric Bywaters and Desmond Beale, who were London physicians at the time, observed 4 victims of the Blitz and noticed mechanisms underlying kidney impairment in rhabdomyolysis. During treatment of rhabdomyolysis, the ultimate goal is to preserve the kidney by giving the victim large amounts of fluid and to treat shock. But hopefully, over time, doctors and physicians can find a more effective way to treat rhabdomyolysis.